Welcome to another episode of Law Practice Accelerator. This is Duncan. I'm glad to see you guys again. I'm excited for today's episode. We're going to talk about how you can make your site hot, how you can use direct response marketing principles and the best online sales tools to make sure that your site actually converts and makes the money that you want. If that sounds good to you, strap in and get ready for this episode of Law Practice Accelerator. What's up, lawyer friends? Here we go. Let's kick this off. So the last couple episodes, we talked about two big firms and whether their websites are helping them be the big firms that they are. In particular, we were looking at the sites for Wachtell and Kirkland & Ellis. As you know, if you know these firms at all, they are huge. Wachtell has the most revenue per attorney at almost $3.2 million per attorney in 2017, and it's one of the top grossing firms in the world. And Kirkland & Ellis, at least in 2017, was right at the top grossing firm in the world at $3.2 billion of revenue, and still very respectable revenue per attorney at almost $1.6 million per attorney. So the question we asked was, okay, great, these firms do really well financially, but are they doing smart things on their websites that people like you and me should be emulating? Are their sites actually hot or not? Are they doing anything that's going to help us and we should be doing? And we came to the verdict in the last two episodes. The answer is sadly, no, they are not doing anything very smart on their websites. These are pure ego sites, particularly in the case of Kirkland & Ellis. It's not even obvious what you're supposed to be doing on that website. We talked about how it's not clear where you're supposed to navigate, what's supposed to happen next. We talked about how so much of what's on those sites was all about them, right? It was just about, you look for the pronouns, it's we and our, and they almost never say the words you and your. In other words, they're not client or potential client focused at all. There were no contact forms on the websites so that they could actually know whether their websites are converting or not. They made no offers. They made no calls to action. They had no attention-getting headlines that grabbed you, that hooked you, and made you want to see what happened next, that made you want to participate and engage with it. None of that. So these sites, at least I suggested, were just big black holes that they're pouring money into. And they probably don't care because they are Wachtell and Kirkland & Ellis, and they're clearly doing just fine if their sites never convert, never get them business. But you and I don't have that luxury. But of course, I was saying all those things, and we asked the question, well, why should you care what I have to say? Why am I an authority at all, right? Who is this schmo? And I mentioned a little bit about my education, but forget my law school. More importantly, we talked about the studying I've been doing on marketing, right? I have read a stack of different books, the classics in direct response marketing, and gone through thousands of dollars of different courses by some of the best people out there today. So am I the marketing genius of the world? No, but even with my education so far, which is not insignificant, I can tell you right now that most firms and most lawyers are not using the kinds of principles that they need to be using if they actually want to make their websites make them money. So I want to show you a couple of sites today that actually are done well. One of them I can give you. I won't today. I will soon. I'm going to show it to you. And in the next week or so, I will give you the opportunity to have this site absolutely for free. Stay tuned and we'll talk more about that. The first site I want to show you that I will submit to you is an excellent site from a direct response marketing perspective. It's not a law firm site at all. I know you won't be surprised to hear that. What it is the site for Russell Brunson and the secret funnel strategy. All right. This is actually one of the links that I have below in the comments and show notes. And full disclosure, as I always do, I am a ClickFunnels affiliate. This is a ClickFunnels product. So if you do decide to follow this and do anything with it, if you buy, yes, I will receive a commission. That should not dissuade you one moment from doing this, because I bought this myself. And I will tell you for a fact there is excellent training available here. The ClickFunnels product is top flight. I'm using it to build my business. I suggest you should use it to build yours. But let's look at this site and talk about why it is so good from a marketing perspective, direct response marketing perspective. Now, what do we see here? I need to refresh this actually because the timer's already gone out on it. All right, here we go. What do we see here that's smart? First, we get this free on-demand training, no cost, be available for 48 hours only. Well, this is 48 hour. All right, one typo. What are we doing right away? First, we're grabbing attention right across the top, letting them know there's something free. There's value that someone can have by engaging with this site, right? So free training. Who is it for? Oh, wait, right across the top. Attention, entrepreneurs, small business owners, online marketers, and marketing agencies. They're calling out directly to the people to whom they want to speak, right? Very direct. We've uncovered a new secret funnel strategy that almost nobody knows about, all right? So they're enticing us with this headline. Ooh, there's a secret. By the way, that's a really great headline, okay? It gets your attention. It makes you want to dig in, right? You might think, oh, that seems a little hypey and markety. Here's what I'm telling you. It converts like crazy. It gets people's attention. So, and we've got an urgency timer right here. Now, we probably won't want to use that most of the time in our marketing as attorneys, but understanding that concept of urgency and scarcity, all right, that's really important, and they're using it right here. So what do they want you to do? They're telling you you've got 10 minutes to get your buns down here. Look, arrows pointing us to do what we need to push this button right here. You don't have to wonder what you're supposed to do next, right? They're not spending all their time telling you how amazing Russell Brunson is or ClickFunnels at this point. Right now, they're just getting us intrigued. They're dialing us in. They're trying to get our attention to get us to act quickly on this. So what happens if you press this big red button? Worth observing. I'm telling you right now, one of the things you can do with anybody that you know is a truly good marketer, like a Russell Brunson, is look at what they are doing. Don't just buy their products. You should buy their products, but you should also look at what they're doing. Study the funnels, these online sales funnels themselves, and think about how you could implement that in your own practice. So what happens when you click on this? No, if I actually clicked on it, would be good. Oh, it's getting blocked because I'm sorry, guys. Now I know what the problem is. There we go. That is my email address. If somebody desires to email me. Now look what happens. So here we go. It launches right into this video. Now, admittedly, a professionally done video. So nothing that we would necessarily be doing right out of the gate. But it's a video that's grabbing attention. It auto plays right here. We have more urgency and scarcity going on right here. We have descriptions of everything that's going on. It's a long video, all right? It's 2 hours of video. So they've boxed out and said what's happening all along the way, because we know people can be in a hurry. They want to move on. But also notice in this video, we've got closed captioning going on here. So people who are visual learners in multiple ways, who like to read as well as see the pictures, they can get that right there. And for people who aren't inclined to hang out and watch this whole thing, which I highly recommend you do, because if you want to watch somebody sell from stage, in other words, make a really excellent presentation that you could pattern yourself off of, by the way, when you're selling your own stuff online or in person, you should absolutely watch this presentation. He is great. He's not a naturally gifted speaker. He has crafted himself into being this. So if you think you want to improve your speaking, you think you can't do it, let me tell you, Russell Brunson is not a guy who originally was great at this. He has made himself great, and you will learn a ton by watching it. But you can also grab a transcript right here that will allow you to get the entire, let me show you how much copy is on here. I don't think, let me see if you guys are still seeing this part. Sorry, you're watching the video. Let me swap over here and show you a different screen that we can share, because I want you to see what else is available here, what he's done with this. Here's the script. All right. So here you go. This is what you get if you click on that PDF download. Look how much copy is here. This is basically what he's presenting, and it goes on for a long time. But you'll notice that it's constantly, it's got headlines, subheadlines, it's grabbing your attention the whole time. It's telling a story. It's bringing you along for the ride. One of the things it's doing is addressing objections. It's sprinkled throughout with testimonials about how people are using this and making it work for them, okay? You've got all kinds of, I mean, my goodness, there's a ton of stuff here. And I know I'm scrolling past and you have no hope of reading this. I would highly encourage you, go down in the show notes and look at, I have 2 links down there. One is for a 14-day free trial of ClickFunnels. The other link is to this exact thing, all right, to this presentation. And then you can get this PDF yourself if you want. If you want to see what real selling looks like, this is it. All right. So if you want to know what does a good funnel look like, look at this. I want you to understand this is not about me. This is about you. Could it be more direct? This is precisely the opposite of what Kirkland and Wachtell are about, right? They are 100% about them, not about their potential client. They don't say diddly about you. They're too busy talking about themselves. Brunson, you'll see, is doing the exact opposite. He is constantly putting big attention, getting headlines out there, grabbing you, right? So we've hooked you. He's telling a story about why what he's about to offer you is actually going to help you. He's addressing objections. If you look through that site and you look through that script that he's using, he's looking at ways to say, listen, I understand people might have concerns about this, objections to this. I'm going to answer them in advance. It's the exact same sort of thing we should be doing on our sites to sell our services. Now, and then of course, there's a call to action. There are obvious things to do. You know exactly what he wants you to do next. Unlike the Kirkland site and the Wachtell site, where it's not obvious what, if anything, you're actually supposed to be doing there, right? If you don't already know an attorney, like if you have an attorney's name and you're just looking for his or her phone number or email address, you can find that. Those sites will do. But beyond that, they serve no purpose whatsoever. So for people like us, we're actually trying to market and get new potential clients. We need to have sites that lead people along the path, that get their attention, show them there's free value to be had, that we're willing to give them things just like Brunson did, right? That 48-hour pass to come see this presentation, which is a great presentation. That's something that you could easily do. Maybe you could say, listen, I have a great presentation on which kind of entity you should choose, small business owner. Click here to get a 48-hour pass, or you could skip the timing if you want. Just say, click here to see that presentation. Let me have your email address. Be happy to give you that presentation. That's what lead magnets look like. That's how you get people on a list that then you can market to subsequently, right? They're doing so. Brunson is doing smart marketing from top to bottom on that site. I highly recommend you review it. I would highly suggest you, frankly, go ahead and get the ClickFunnels product so you can start making sites like this for yourself. And I'm going to show you one that I've created. That's going to be our next stop on our journey here today, because I do want to, as I've mentioned before in previous episodes, I don't want to just tell you what not to do, give you examples of what not to do. I want to give you examples of what we can and should do. This is a site that I created for estate planners like myself. You will see here this banner across the top. Of course, because it is a demo site and it is not live, I wanted to be sure there's a disclaimer at the top. This you would pull off to put on, when you actually made your own site live, you would take that off, right? Right now, that's all it's there just to prevent people from getting the wrong idea. But what are we doing here right out of the gate? We're grabbing their attention. Protect yourself, protect your loved ones, get peace of mind fast. Why? Because I'm speaking to the conversation that's already going on in my prospective client's head. What are they looking to do? If they've hit this estate planning information website, they got there one of two ways. Either one, they picked it up on advertising that was directly designed to get people who are looking to do wills and trusts, powers of attorney. This is exactly what they're thinking about. Or they're getting there through a referral source who told them, you should go check out this website so you can get your estate planning going. You need to get it done, right? So that conversation is already going on in my prospect's mind. That's why this headline and subhead is perfect. It's speaking their language right out of the gate. So the first thing I'm doing is telling them, hey, I know what you're looking for. I know what you want. You want peace of mind fast. You want to protect yourself and your loved ones. Excellent. You're in the right place, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to give them free, no commitment information about all this stuff. And you would fill in your state here. This is where you would put your video to welcome them into the site and let them know everything you're willing to do for them for free, no matter whether they do business with you or not. That's what this video placeholder is all about. And what do you have right under that? A big button that lets people, if they click on it, what does it do? It shoots them down here. When this header is gone, you'll see, what does it do? It takes you right to the section where you actually submit your email address. Don't wait another moment. There's a call to action. Peace of mind is closer than you think. Give me your email address and I'll give you the free estate planning guide now. So they fill in here and they would proceed. But I want you to see the rest of the copy that's on this page. You'll notice it's not short copy, but I've broken it up with these buttons so people can see if they're sold on the free guide. And right now, all we're selling is the lead magnet. I'm not selling them on my services per se. I'm selling them on the lead magnet. The lead magnet will convince them that I have more value to offer them. Right now, I'm just selling them on the free thing. This is important. Don't overlook that when you're doing your own stuff. Don't make the mistake of trying to make the sale too quickly. Show them that you have something that's worthwhile. Get them to know, like, and trust you so they'll want to do business with you. That's what this does. So we have just the initial attention-grabbing headlines. We have a video that you would want to put here to speak right to them, get that human connection right out of the gate. Let them see your face, let them hear you talk, right? And if they're convinced by that, they can jump right there. If not, now I have a letter from me, right? Well, obviously that's not me, but from you, from whoever, right? Your name, right? You put this and you're writing a letter to them now. Peace of mind seeker. If you don't like this, if you think it's too over the top, you can change the text, but the concept is the same, right? Hey, I'm glad you're here. You're looking for peace of mind for yourself. I can help. Okay, now this is the context. There's a little bit about me or you if you're the one who's doing this, right? But it's only because you're going to tell them how you can help them. And that's exactly what we do in the next paragraph. Tell them your name. You've been helping them with this stuff for years, and you've been helping people just like them get peace of mind for themselves and their loved ones. And then, if it's okay with your ethics rules and you do it the right way, you want testimonials right here. One of the best ways to get somebody to try something out is to know that other people have and they've had good results, right? Why do we go see movies? Why do we try a different product, something at the grocery or whatever else? Typically, hey, somebody told us this is a good thing. All right, fine. I'll give it a shot, right? So put your testimonials. If you have client testimonials, you should absolutely be using them. Did you notice Brunson, we obviously didn't have time to watch the whole video. Did you notice that Brunson had testimonials throughout that whole script? I know I went through it pretty quickly, but I did highlight at least one of them. There are lots of them in there. That's not an accident. He knows social proof testimonials are convincing to people, and they are, and you should use them too. So that's right here on the front page, and all I'm selling right now is a free lead magnet. But what I'm also doing is getting them to understand that other people have trusted me before, so they should try. And these are all fake, of course. This is all fake. But you would put your own stuff there so people can know, hey, others have trusted you, attorney. So maybe I can trust this person. Maybe it's worth getting this free guide. And then we talk some more. The same peace of mind these folks are enjoying, right? That's what I want to give you. Of course, I don't expect you to take my word for it, right? I'm going to show you that I can help you by giving you this free, no commitment estate planning guide, right? You tell them what's coming. Videos, PDF planning tools, encouraging emails. You're letting them know there is going to be an email sequence. You're going to stay in touch with them, right? You want to encourage them on this path. That's how you frame up your email sequence. You should have one. And ClickFunnels will help you do that, by the way. It will help automate that process. You let them know, of course, that using the guide won't make them your client or you their attorney, if that's important for obvious reasons, right? But from their perspective, it means there really is no commitment, right? This really is free. I'm not about to entangle myself in something I can't get out of. That's important that they should know that. And of course, from our perspective, it's the same thing. Hey, we haven't signed up on any deals just yet. I just want you to have this free information and help you think through these things, right? Now, if you're willing to do it, you do them one better. You don't just give them something for free. You let them know there's a discount, right? If they'll put in the work to use this guide, there's a discount that they can have. So now we need to pause. What is this guide that I'm talking about? Okay, the beauty of this whole thing is the idea that we can take things that are already on the shelf in so many practices, right? I'm talking about estate planning here, but it's true in so many other practice areas. We often have assets that are just sitting on the shelf. Presentations we've already given, estate planning questionnaires, which are often stumbling blocks to getting estate planning done. Now we can turn them into assets. Now we can turn them into something that if we will just reframe them, we can make them into guides. We can make them into ebooks. We can make them into webinars, things that people can consume pretty much right out of the gate with not a lot of work from us, that then they can use again and again and again. And maybe we can take something that's been a stumbling block in our practice and turn it into an asset, turn it into a lead magnet. That's the whole point of this, right? So, hey, if they've gotten through this part of my text here and they want to go, again, this button will shoot them right down to the bottom and let them sign up. What else am I going to do? I'm going to tell them more benefits. This whole section here, what the free estate planning guide will do for you, now we're just walking through different kinds of benefits. How will this help me? How will it help me? Notice how many yous and yours are in here. Always talking about them. Going to get them ready to get their documents done. Oh, I'm sold. Well, if you are, you can go on down and get them. Not ready yet? Okay, let's talk about some objections. It's not going to obligate you. It's not going to confuse you. It's really, truly free, right? Okay, we're working past objections as we're going through here. And then we're going to let them know that this actually does work for people no matter what the reason you're looking at estate planning, right? Anybody who's been in estate planning knows there are several circumstances that very often lead people to go looking for estate planning. The baby or really young kids, the big trip, right? Or the health scare or someone close to them died. So you just say that out loud, get in the conversation that's in their heads. Bring it right to them so they know that you know who they are, right? You're letting them know that you've been down that road with them before. You understand them. That's what all this does. And the same thing here about the context of, hey, am I married? Am I not married? Do I have kids or not? I can help you no matter what. All of these things. All of this copy is just relating with this person. It's trying to draw them in, get them to know, like, and trust you in a good way, right? I mean, there's nothing evil about this. This is all good to let people know that you have something worth their time. And then they get to sign up. So let's say they do sign up here. They head on in. What happens next? We're going to draw them through a process. What are they going to see here? Hey, we're going to affirm the decision they just made. All right. This is what another one of those. So now we know, like, so you have another opportunity to talk to them in this video right here. If they've gotten this far, you want to make sure that they know they're going to get email from you again. So they whitelist your address, so they can get it, and then they can go ahead and get started right away. So what happens when they do that? Let's just type this in. Eek. All right. And then we'll make up a password. Oh, I think I already have a password on this one. Ooh, I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Friends, this might not work out. We'll see. It turns out I have the wrong pass. Well, welcome to live video, friends. Sometimes we get it wrong. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to back up and make up a totally new thing. All right, so totally fake at not real email.com. And we'll just make this up. All right, sorry about that. See if this works. Should. I don't think I've used that one before. Perfect. Okay, so sorry about the interruption, but here we go. So now what happens, right? This person knows, okay, fine, I'm going to get this guide. What is it? Here's what it is. So now they come in, they're looking at your stuff. They have this amazing members area that's all for them. They come in here, First, they're welcomed right away. You've got another video here to welcome them in. Tell them they've made a great decision. We want to keep affirming them through this process, right? It's all free for them to use as much as they want. We don't want them to put it off, so we keep emphasizing that to them. They can download a PDF guide right now. I'll show you one that I've created. It doesn't tie exactly to this. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, no, you're probably still back over here. Yep. There's a PDF guide that goes with that they can fill. It's a fillable PDF. So that's exactly what you can do, is take your current estate planning questionnaire, dress it up a little bit, put some explanatory text around it to the extent it doesn't already have that, PDF that boy or girl, and make it so they can fill it out and let them keep it. And now it's an estate planning guide that they can use alongside this. So what do? What's happening over here is we're just walking them through the estate planning process, different thought processes that they would need to do anyway. And you're leading them through it in bite-sized pieces. You're taking them through something that can seem very overwhelming and confusing to people. You've given them a PDF to keep for themselves to use to fill out your estate planning questionnaire. You're giving them a way to walk through this process in a simple, orderly, smart way, right? They go through every time they click on something. There's another video to help explain things. There's a nice, ideally sort of explanatory headline helping them understand what's happening here, right? We're going to give them some text to keep them going through this, and then they can keep navigating to the various different modules. And if they get it all done, what happens? They come to the end. You have another video to talk to them here. And this is where you sell. If they've gotten all the way through this, while they're doing this process, by the way, there's an email automation that keeps sending them, not every day, but over the course of up to 28 days, it sends out email that tells stories, keeps them engaged. It's not giving them a hard time, but it's making remember why they started the process in the first place, right? This is important. So you want them to keep engaged with that. That's exactly what we're doing here. And then you want to tell them then, once they've gotten to the end of all of that, you're going to tell them, hey, here's what I can do for you, right? This is where we're going to talk about the actual estate planning process. What are the benefits of working with you when they've gone through all of this? You're going to explain all of that right here. You're going to remind them about a discount, and you're going to give them a way to contact you on the actual website. So now they know how they can get in touch with you, and you can begin engaging with them directly now that you know they've completed the estate planning questionnaire. This is great, right? And what happens if they say, no, I'll try to get I don't know that I really want to talk to you. Are you sure about that? Right? We want to follow. We don't want to let them go that easily. So we're going to have another little video to talk to them and see if we can't coach them back. We've got some text here to remind them that, hey, there's no downside to contacting you. They might as well. They've come this far, right? Go ahead and let them do that. And even if they decide they don't want to, you still say nice things to them so they can know that you do appreciate them. You remind them they can contact you anytime, and you definitely want to get some feedback on your guide all along the way. So what is the point of my showing all of that to you? That's what it looks like to take direct response marketing principles, marry them up with the best available online tools, and create a site that can actually convert, that markets while you sleep, while you're eating, while you're on vacation. It's still pitching. It's still doing what you would do with your mouth to your prospective clients 24/7, except you only have to do it once. That's the magic. And you'll know that it's working or not because you're putting it up there. You can know when people are hitting it. You know when they're signing up with email or not. You know if you're running ads to it, whether they're converting or not. And you know whether people are completing it and then contacting you ultimately, because you have that contact form right there at the end. So you can know whether your site is actually delivering results. And the great thing about ClickFunnels is not you just build one site. You could take that same site, tweak some things. You can change the background, change the colors, you can change everything you just saw. Okay. And you can create multiple versions that you just clone it. You don't have to redo the whole thing. You just clone it. And then you can tweak it a little. Maybe you want to reach different audiences in different ways. Maybe you want to reach expecting mothers in a way that's different from people who are nearing retirement, right? Cool. You can do that. You can take a lot of the same copy, a lot of the same assets, and just reframe them, right? Change your pitch a little bit in the various versions of that, And it's all covered in the same price with ClickFunnels. You can build as many of these as you want, right? You can change out your email sequences a little bit depending on who you're talking to. That's the power of doing this properly. That's what the Kirkland and Ellis's and Wachtels of the world are not doing. You can do better than they are, which is quite a thing to say. You can outperform multi-hundred million and multi-billion-dollar law firms by using a template just like that. Now, I'm not ready to give you the template just yet, but stay tuned. Next week, I will let you know how you can get hold of that template and use it any way you want. It's coming soon, friends. And with that, I wish you a very happy weekend. I'll talk to you next week. Remember, the template's coming. It's going to be free, but only for people who are watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Friends, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.